And there we are going live. I need to adjust a few settings on this camera as per usual, because it, for some reason, does not like to remember the settings I put there, which I don't know. In this modern age, doesn't seem like an unreasonable thing to expect of a webcam, but this is where we find ourselves. So there, I think I have the appropriate settings, and I think I am seeing yet again the StreamYard app doing something weird with the color green. Because this shirt is quite a lime green, and from my perspective, on the screen it looks a kind of khaki brown. But StreamYard just kind of does that with green. It's got to do with how they handle green screen, and I switched on the green screen function once, and ever since then, green has looked weird on the screen. So that's just something that we live with. So what is it? It's Tuesday. Still with this only working from home, having to continually remind myself what day of the week it is. And just reminding myself that today is Tuesday. For anyone who was wondering, like me, if you've been losing track of days, it's Tuesday. So, hello Tuesday. That's got a bit funny. I was making cocktails earlier for video, and I saved this one. Often I do milk clarification process when I make a video. This time I didn't. I just put it in a bottle, put it in the fridge. This is a Southside, which is a pretty simple drink. It's gin, lime juice, sugar syrup, and mint. You shake it with mint leaves. So the mint oils are all in there, and I think it's better fresh. It's been sitting in the fridge for a couple of hours. I think it's better fresh. It's still a really nice drink. I don't know if the mint oil has gone a bit funny after being in the fridge for a couple of hours. Hello, Abigail. How are you this evening? All right, I was just trying to keep track of what did I do with my phone. It's in my pocket. So that was handy. What have I got in my pockets? As Bilbo Baggins famously said. That's me. No, I'm more Gollum, honestly. Or one of the goblins from Morgul Vale. The mood I'm in at the moment. But yes. So I was just thinking, will I explain a particular thing? No, I won't. I will just soldier on and wait and see who shows up, because I did not do the usual scheduling. I mean, usually I only schedule it about 2 hours out, just like had advance warning that I'm going to be doing the live stream. And I didn't, for a number of reasons. And we just go live, and everyone who's paying attention gets a notification when I'm live. Oh, nice. Abigail had a productive day. Productive days are grand. I'm glad your day was productive. Uh, I got something, my normal work day and meetings. They're always fun. And I only had 2 of them, so that's not too bad. And as I mentioned with the cocktail, I had been doing a little bit of video editing. My video editing software did do a stupid thing that made me want to stab everyone involved in the creation of the software. Because while it is the software I've been using the entire time I've been on YouTube, literally because it was just bundled free on a PC I was using 15 years ago when I started on YouTube, and I've just upgraded it most years since then. And it does do some pretty flashy stuff, but it's got some stupid as fuck glitches and a couple of features that are, I mean, there's no 2 ways around it. They're badly implemented, and I just kind of soldier on with them. And the exact nature of the stupid thing is reasonably complicated to explain, and the explanation would be boring, so there's no need to do it. But basically, it did a stupid thing, and well, they did a succession of stupid things, which meant I lost about an hour's work. So I went and did some screaming into a pillow, as opposed to just screaming out loud and scaring everyone. And then redid everything I had done, and then it's done. For a stupid joke that I hope people think is funny, which is going to go live tomorrow for those who want to know if my stupid joke is going to land or not. It's tomorrow. But yeah, so I'm very pleased you had a productive day, Abigail. And here's to many more productive days. Yes, sorry. I'm slightly distracted. Got a mild case of the shits at the moment. Like I said, have had a few struggles with the video editing software today. And I did get a message from AZ that he's not very well and has some horrible, gross leg wound that probably needs seeing to. So won't be seeing him for a while. Be a shame if he goes into hospital again, just as they're having a bit of a spike in COVID patients, him with his challenged immune system. But yes, thank you, Celtic King. I like the shirt too. It's one of the new ones. It's the happy cocktail gear, the happy shaker, and the happy martini glass. I quite like this one. I mean, I like them all, honestly, but this is one of the new ones. And maybe it's the novelty of the new shirts, but I quite like this one with its happy cartoon shaker and martini glass. In fact, the shaker is holding a tiny martini glass. The martini is also holding a tiny martini glass. Which, honestly, a little bit odd. But, you know, once cartoons start anthropomorphizing things, it gets weird. It's like a few people have had fun exploring the concepts behind the Pixar Cars universe, because it really is very surreal. I mean, again, it doesn't really pay to take it seriously and go, that doesn't make sense, because it's just fun to just get a bit whimsical and stoner with what does it all mean. So I'm prepared to do that with stuff that doesn't make any sense. I'm not prepared to get particularly worked up about it and go, it doesn't make sense, because that's stupid, honestly. Celtic, I do wear the shirts out in public, and people do occasionally comment on them. It's always been positive. Like, I like your shirt. And I was like, I like my shirt too. I'm glad you like it. And I do occasionally get asked where I got them. And I explain, like, on the internet, you can probably find it just by searching, like, 50s retro Hawaiian shirts. See, I can't really tell you how accurate that search term is because my browser history is in there, and it's going to go, oh, did you mean those websites you were looking at before? Because here they are. At least I assume that's what would happen. Oh, hell, now I want to know. Now I actually want to know. Search on Google. 50s retro Hawaiian shirts. Patagonia. Oh, yeah. Well, again, okay. The ad that showed up, I think, is from my browser history. The ad that Hawaii Lily, which is actually the first site I bought one from. Well, there's someone Etsy. So the actual search results say Etsy and Pinterest. I fucking hate Pinterest. Just side thing. Fucking hate Pinterest. Vintage dancer. Well, that's interesting. So it actually, okay, that search term does not turn up any search results that are the sites that I bought them from. An ad did, but I think the ad just showed up because my browser history. Okay, so that is actually not a good search term to tell people. Oh, okay, good to know, because that's what I'd been telling people, and it's apparently not a good tip. Live and learn. But if I put one more search term, 50 style Hawaiian cocktail shirts. Same ad shows up, same search result shows up. No, it's just exactly the same search results showed up. The Hannah Shirt Co. See, now I'm just looking at these search results to see what's come up. Man, that is Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so these are vintage shirts that there's literally one for $265. Oh, now there's one for $375. Fuck me. Made in Hawaii. Okay, I'm not there. Oh, Abigail, using 50s Hawaiian style shirt as a search term to find these was not a good term. I need to tell people the actual website. Hi, Raiders, by the way. And Celtic, I just don't know how Pinterest fucking works. Like, it shows up in search results sometimes. Like when I'm looking for cocktail recipes, Pinterest will show up in search results, and I click on and it's like, but there's nothing there. There's fucking pictures. Where's the fucking recipe? And it's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm trapped in some fucking hellhole. So I don't like Etsy. I don't like Etsy because of the experience I've had when I've searched for a cocktail recipe and Etsy's showed up in the search results, being like, "Here's my favorite recipes," and you go, but there's no fucking recipes. It's just fucking pictures. I don't want fucking pictures, honestly. And then I've just been told a few horror stories about Etsy. Now I'm saying Etsy. I mean Pinterest. I hate Pinterest. Sorry, because I was just looking at Etsy. I meant I hate Pinterest. I hate Pinterest. And I agree, Abigail. Pinterest, not intuitive. Hello, Bum Fungus on Twitch. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday? All right. So, as I said, I've been doing some videos, which I had to make cocktails. Look, isn't that a great color? Actually, I don't know what that's coming. It looks black on my screen. It's actually a very deep, rich red. Bum Fungus, I am doing well. Thank you very much. I am just going to chill this cocktail with a bit of ice. Oops. I think I turned over my ice before it was fully frozen, so it was a bit watery, and that's all stuck together. That's okay. I will get my stirrer. So, Raiders, vintage shops in Gertrude Street know how to charge. I bet they do. So, yeah, these aren't vintage. These are imitating a retro style, and they're made by slave labor in a cheap warehouse in China. So, Abigail, Sam, Pinterest is more a search engine, tries to stop you going search results, keep you on trend. Yeah, and that's the thing. I end up on fucking Pinterest, and there's supposed to be, and there's these pictures that say they belong to something with a, and I'm going, where's the recipe? And you get stuck in this fucking endless Pinterest cycle, and they fucking suck. Helly and hello, Kirsten. One of my little rants. Okay, I'm getting a stirrer. Might even. Oh, I need my strainer too, for that matter. Where did I put that? In the dishwasher. It's in the dishwasher. All right, I'm back. I'm back. So, all right, is you recommending Shanghai Vintage on Gertrude Street? Okay. All right. Some ice stirring ASMR. So, Celtic, how I got into cocktails was YouTube meetups, actually. Going out with YouTubers, and it was a running joke because I wasn't an alcohol drinker. I'd get girly drinks. I'd get fruity cocktails that didn't really taste like alcohol. And then I started experimenting a bit more at home with making flavored drinks, getting base spirits like vodka or tequila or whatever, and flavoring them and making drinks with that. Then about, I don't even remember exactly how long, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I started to get a bit more serious about making proper cocktails, but not super serious. And it was about I guess 3 years ago, I started to get more serious. And certainly the last 18 months, 2 years, I've got super serious about cocktails. So it kind of went in phases. 10 years ago, I'd get girly drinks when I went out with YouTubers. 5 years ago, I started to get a bit more serious, like experimenting with flavored drinks. Then 3 years ago, I started to get a bit more serious about proper cocktails. And the last 2 years, I've been very serious. Soup tastes like soap. Hello. Angry about everything. You'll find, well, I actually did just have a little rant about how much I hate Pinterest. On these live streams, I'm not necessarily going to be super angry or have rants because these are just chill kind of hangout sessions. Thoughty Bugatti, you love Pinterest. Excellent. I'm glad you do. If it works for you, excellent. Just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean no. And obviously, lots of people use Pinterest. Lots of people like Pinterest. So just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it has to not work for you. So all well and good if you are a Pinterest fan. I vaguely remember reading about Soap Tastes Like Soup, the defenestration of Prague. It's breaking a bunch of windows. It's German. Fenster is window. Defenestration is breaking of windows. Or throwing someone through a window, you defenestrate them. I don't remember if the defenestration, I feel like it was Nazis. But it wasn't necessarily, because I only have a vague memory of reading about it. It was either like Nazis breaking the windows of Polish, or it wasn't Nazis. Someone breaking windows, throwing someone through windows. I feel like it wasn't overall a good thing, is what I'm saying. Thotty, you get your arts and craft nisty things from there. Well, cool. See, okay, so it was the 1600s. Was it a pogrom? I feel like when I read about the defenestration of Prague, it was a pogrom, but I'm not sure. Natalie, hello. You like Pinterest too? Cool. Yes, see? Not Natalie. I think you've hit the nail on the head there. Pinterest is good if you're using Pinterest. It's bad if you Google image searching and all the links are Pinterest. Bam. That's it, Natalie. That's it. Yes, Abigail. Thank you. Soap Tastes Like Soup on Twitch told me it happened in the 1600s. So somewhat pre-Nazi. Was it a pogrom? Was it an anti-Jewish pogrom? I have a vague memory it was tied up with a pogrom. But it wasn't necessarily, because like I said, I only have the vaguest. My history is shit, honestly. Celtic King, no to the back massage. I think Mrs. Angry likes to be the one who gives me massages, so you're going to miss out there. Sad to say, so we'll keep it to that. And yes, hello, by the way, Natalie. How you doing? Abigail, here's a fine point you make, that I have access to the internet. And if I type into the internet, the fenestration of Prague, three incidents. What does Wiki say about it? 3 incidents in the history of Bohemia in which 2 people were... It was someone being thrown out a window, being defenestrated. Already existing Middle French interest. First governmental defenestration occurred in 1419. Second, 1483. Defenestration of Prague is most commonly refers to the third. All right. The 1618 led to the 30 Years' War. Wow. Okay. The defenestration. Here we go. There's a big build-up, and here's the defenestration. On the 23rd of May, 1618, 4 Catholic lords, after preparing meeting hall, members dissolved, 3 main Protestant estates gathered, being deprived of posts as Castellan. Protestant lords' agenda was to clarify whether the 4 regions were responsible for praises. Before the regions gave any answer, they requested the Protestants give them the opportunity to confer with their superior. Okay. Protestants demanded an immediate answer. 2 regents were declared innocent by the Protestant estate holders, deemed to be too pious to have any responsibility. They were removed. This left Count Wilhelm Salvata of Chlum and Count Yaroslav Borita of Manis. That sounds like characters from What We Do in the Shadows, honestly. They presumed they'd be arrested, welcomed any punishment. So Camp von Thurm said, your enemies of us and our religion desired to deprive us of our letter of majesty. You have horribly plagued your Protestant subjects, tried to force them to adopt your religion against their wills. Shortly thereafter, the 2 regents and their secretary were defenestrated, but they survived a 70-foot fall. That would hurt. That would fucking hurt. To be thrown 20 meters and survive would hurt. Catholics maintained they were saved by angels. Following the defenestration, Protestant estates, Catholic Habsburgs, started gathering for war. So, okay, it wasn't a pogrom. It was just some weird shit between Protestants and Catholics in Prague, and they started a war. Well, fuck. So, for PSA. Oh, yes, lots of rain in the next week. True. Bum Fungus, it is a very quiet stream. The only reason that you were in a busy stream the other night was the raid. Oh, no, we're having trouble streaming to Twitch. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Just got an error message about Twitch. I don't even know if they'll see that. Okay, we're back. Yeah, no, literally just you said that, Bum Fungus, a little error message popped up that said, we're having trouble streaming to Twitch. I'm like, oh, okay. But apparently we're back. Hopefully we stay back. So, okay. I will try and remember for future reference, the defenestration of Prague was not a pogrom. It was a spat between Catholics and Protestants, which actually led to a war. But Jesus Christ, 3 dudes got thrown out a window that was 70 feet up, and they survived. Bet it hurt, though. I bet it friggin' hurt. I bet it hurt getting thrown out a window 70 feet up. You're not going to be taking a sprightly stroll around the town square just after being defenestrated from 70 feet up. I'm going to say defenestrate a lot from now on. So, yeah, Safa, who knew religion caused wars? This is the first time reading about it. I'm shocked. I was shocked. Abigail, I'm not sure what you're referencing with the question. What did people throw? In the defenestration of Prague, people threw people straight through a window. Oh my God, it reminds me of the 70s, the classic 70s blaxploitation film, Shaft. There's one scene where he's in his office, and his office has this huge window, and I mean fucking huge floor-to-ceiling window overlooking the street. And some bad dudes come in trying to mess with Shaft, and there was this establishing shot that showed this big window, which was like Chekhov's gun as far as I was concerned. I went, man, someone's going through that window. Sure enough, a couple minutes later, Shaft threw a dude who was messing with him out the window. It was just kind of funny because they established it so clearly. There's this big window, and it would be super easy to throw someone out this big window. And I went, yeah, someone's going through that window. Someone's getting defenestrated. And sure enough, Shaft defenestrated a dude. Oh, sorry, Abigail, you're asking Safa. Oh, okay. All right, we are doing a spelling corrections. I got it. Through next week, what did they throw in the next week? Yes, we are having the La Nina weather pattern. More rain than average. So, here's what's hilarious about living in Australia, because I heard the prediction for this year's fire season. Like, we had a horrifically bad fire season 2 years ago. The prediction for this year's fire season was less likelihood of bushfires. It's likely to be a lower risk bushfire season than average. And what that means is, in the state of Victoria, not all across Australia, just the state of Victoria, which is geographically the smallest mainland state by a long way, so lower risk than normal, is expecting about 100 bushfires between November and March. So that's low risk for Australia. And yes, the note with the La Nina and lower fire risk than normal is 100 fires, but you need to understand literally any of them could get out of control. It's just there's a less risk of that happening. Safa, of the two of you having a stroke, maybe it was Safa. I don't know. Bum fungus. I did. Yeah. Okay, that's a good call. Bum fungus. Why was Morrison so eager to open up international travel so he could fuck off to Hawaii again when things got a bit tough? Oh my god, the piece of shit was doing photo ops again today. And I just lost my rag at someone on Twitter was posting, oh, look at ScoMo doing, he's making gnocchi. And I just did this sort of all caps Twitter response like, just fucking move to North Korea. I think I missed something. What's this? So, yeah, the people who parrot Morrison's scripted photo ops like they're casual moments fucking shit me. So, Raiders, you're in a bushfire zone, still prepping. Yeah, look, the official word is lower risk than normal this season and more rain than normal. And see, this is when you know you're an Australian, when there's more rain than normal, which lowers the bushfire risk that season. My brain just goes to, yeah, but lots of shit's gonna dry, and then we're gonna get lots of shit's gonna grow. Then we'll get a dry season, and it'll all die off, and it's all just kindling for the following bushfire season. It's like we can have a couple seasons of low risk where it's raining and everything's green, and then it doesn't rain, everything dries out. The state's a tinderbox. That was the cliche the media would use, and it was like a joke. You'd wait to, at what point in summer is the media going to go, the state's a tinderbox? But it's kind of real as well. So Abigail just read on the whole Tim Smith debacle. Why the fuck isn't he in jail? True. Yes. Well, you go. Okay, and I'm going to help you out here, Abigail, as you were helping Safa. Debacle is Debacle. Debacle. Or if you want to be really snobby, there was a fantastic episode of Faulty Towers when the Americans were here, and Basil was being weird as fuck. And when the American finally works out that Basil's been fucking around, and the American goes, what the hell is going on here? And Basil goes, bit of a debauch as far as I'm concerned. So Basil was being even snobbier, trying to pronounce it in the Frenchman. No R, Abigail. Debacle. Debacle. Although, as I said, if you're going to be super snobby, like Basil Fawlty, he said a bit of a debauch. Yes, that's it, Abigail. Just because we do like to be as correct as we can in questions of spelling and grammar. And again, it's no hate on anyone. If any of us say it's actually this, it's trying to be helpful. Oh, your spell check didn't catch it. There you go. Safa, how awesome is the TV show Letters and Numbers? I don't think I've ever watched it. Yes. So Raiders thinks assuming Tim Smith first offense unlikely to receive a prison sentence. Oh my god! But there was this fucking press conference, and I saw someone post it on Twitter, and I looked at it, and I couldn't help doing the quote tweet and saying, what the fuck is with those dead eyes? There is nothing behind them. There's no one home. You watch this press conference. He has these kind of freaky, watery blue eyes. And he's just like a big tub of privileged pudding in semi-human form, and there's no human expression in his face. There's no light in his eyes. There's no personality in his voice. He's fucked up. He's just like textbook narcissist. And again, it's okay. I say that it's bad to try and diagnose something from. It's bad to try and clinically diagnose someone from what you see in them publicly. But there's something fucked up about Tim Smith. Abigail, I don't reckon it's his first offense. I think it might be the first time he's been charged. It's kind of like George Bush Jr. Was arrested at least 3 times for drunk driving, including at least 2 crashes, but he was never had a conviction recorded because of his family connections. So I would highly doubt it would be the first time he's drink driving. Again, just the shitty fucking excuses he tried to make. Like, he was pissed. Like, more than double the legal limit. No, you're fucking, at that point, you're pissed. And so here's the thing with him saying, I thought I was okay. It's literally one of 2 things. He's just deliberately lying to everyone rather than accepting responsibility, or he's such a fucking alcoholic that he always drives while he's drunk. Like, there's no good interpretation of that. With him being more than double the legal limit, you can fucking feel it. Again, but I'm working on my second cocktail. My blood alcohol level would not be that high, and I'm conversing and I'm fine. I'm not going to drive the fucking car. I'm definitely over the legal limit. Like, what was he? He was like 0.13 or something. I reckon I'm bordering on 0.1 right now. But I'm definitely over 0.05. So there's no way I would drive at the moment because I've got my buzz on. That's about like, hey, I'm staying home, or if I was out somewhere, I'm going home by with someone driving me, or on public transport or whatever. It's just he's such a self-absorbed fucking prick. Now, bum fungus, I have occasionally thought of getting a blood alcohol content monitor in the house. You can get, and they're not reliable from what I understand, but they give you a broad thing. You can get a home breath test. So I have considered from time to time doing it. You know what I wish? This is my one wish. Hello, scientists out there. If you're out there, what I want is a simple way to measure the alcohol content of a drink. Kind of like, here's what I wish. It's like litmus paper that tells you how, to what degree is something an acid or a base, how acid or alkaline it is. Something like litmus paper that you dip into a drink and it goes a particular color based on the alcohol content of the drink. That would be fucking wicked. I would really like that. Yes, Abigail, I requested a scientist. I want you to work on this, okay? Oh, see, bum fungus, a spectroscopy. See, you know what you're talking about. That for home distillers and home brewers, you get a spectroscopy thing. There is a thing, and it's about apparently light diffracts differently through liquid depending on the alcohol content, and you get this thing, a spectroscope, and you look at it, and it gives you a reasonable indication of the alcohol. Thank you. That's it, Abigail. A refractometer or a hydrometer. See, but those are difficult. And Daniel, see, you're with me. It'd be great for reviewing drinks at bars. It would be great for this bar waters their drinks. I'm not coming back here. Or that person got me a double. They're trying to fucking get me drunk and take advantage of me. There would be so many, and I appreciate. I am somewhat being lighthearted and joking and saying scientists get on this. Um, I understand the fact that this doesn't exist, something that instantly reacts with alcohol and tells you the strength of the alcohol in a drink. The fact that that doesn't exist tells me this is a difficult thing to do. But it would be super cool if someone did it. Because so many uses. It's kind of like you get a drink if you're a responsible drinker, and like me, you like cocktails. You get a cocktail and you get your little litmus paper and go boop and go. That's a strong drink. Okay, I need to fucking pace myself, or boop. Oh no, that's a weak drink. These fuckers water their drinks down. I'm not buying another drink here. And again, and this is more for the ladies, or actually, honestly, it's for anyone who is interact. Again, I was trying to do a disclaimer at the start, but fuck it. This is mostly dudes who do this. That they are with someone and they buy them an overstrength drink to get them drunk so they can have their way with them. So, and that's not just ladies who find themselves in that position. Mostly ladies. Abigail, you reckon there are drink alcohol test strips? You know what? I'm on the internet. And I'm going to look at alcohol test strips. What comes up if I search that? Okay. Amazon sells them. Using milk screen, quick, accurate test for alcohol in breast milk. Okay, I'm not saying I feel like I'm on a fetish site now, but I feel like I'm on a fetish site now. Alcoholic breast milk. Abigail, there's something called rapiddetect.com. So that's that, apparently. Okay. Alcohol, but a Google search, alcohol test strips, saliva alcohol rapid test, urine alcohol test strips. These are for testing how drunk you are. I want to test how much alcohol is in a drink. Okay, I'm going to look up that thing Abigail said. Rapiddetect.com. All right, I'm going to look that up. Rapid detect. And send me to a pregnancy test. Rapid detect. Drug tests, mouth swab tests, 5-panel. It's okay. Alcohol tests. Test cups, saliva drug tests. Worry that these are people who sell things to parents saying, swab your children's bedroom to find out if they have drugs. Alco screen, alcohol test strips, I should say. Saliva alcohol test, mouthpieces, premium kit. Damn, $200 for a premium kit, $50 for test strips. Okay, what do these do? Test strips. Dun dun dun. Positively identify the presence of blood alcohol content. One of the attractions of this product, no special training is required. Carefully follow the instructions. Using alcohol test strips. No, that's a saliva test. But yeah, okay. I get what you're saying, Abigail. The saliva tests can be used in drinks. Raiders, as a public office holder, Tim Smith should receive a harsher penalty. Sadly, it's only a magistrate's matter. Yeah, Tim Smith fucking sucks. He's probably going to end up on Sky News because he's fucked from a political point of view. That seems to only record 0.02, under 0.02. Anyway, I want something that does a whole spectrum from, because, okay, a cocktail, depending what's in it, is going to vary from between... look, there's variance either sides of this, but a cocktail is going to vary from between 10% to 30% alcohol. Some cocktails would actually be higher than that, and some would be lower. But I'd like something that showed you the spectrum. And Raiders, it was fun that Alan Jones got the boot, but for bad ratings, not for any fucked thing he did. It's just like the combination of bad ratings and saying fucked shit, they got rid of him. Justin, hello. I did see that. For those who missed it, the official Big Bird Twitter account said that he got his COVID vaccination because in the US, they've just approved COVID vaccinations for 5 to 12-year-olds. So Big Bird got his COVID vaccination and was trying to tell kids, my wing's a bit sore, but it's fine. And because American politics is just insane at the moment, the right-wingers have lost their shit. But again, as some people pointed out, Big Bird has been doing vaccination messages since the 70s. But, man, I would like to meet an honorable conservative, because the ones who hold public sway these days are not honorable. And yet, Raiders, I'm with you. Piers Morgan is not going to last long on Sky because no one in Australia is going to like him. He's a fucking obnoxious pom shitbag. He's not going to be popular at all in Australia. I'm with you. I'm with you as a prediction. He is not going to succeed on Australia Sky News because he just fucking sucks. And Australians are going to think he's obnoxious pommy. Oh, is that the truth? Raiders, Sky offered Jones a contract that he had to reject because there were probably conditions and pay he didn't agree with. Whatevs. So I'm 8:47. I'm thinking of another little sippy sip. I've got my apple liqueur in the fridge. I've still got a bit of apple liqueur. Where's that? All right. Shit's a bit crowded in here, honestly. I'm going to make... Actually, you know what I might make before I do that and I get really drunk? I need to make a little bit of video about making departure. Music Abbott, will he appeal to the type that like Tony Abbott? I don't think so, because a lot of the people who liked Tony Abbott didn't realize he was a pom, whereas Piers Morgan is obviously a pom, and I just don't think it's going to work. Look, I'm thoroughly prepared to be proven wrong, but that's what I reckon. Sorry, I'm just setting up my camera over here. And all right, it's on. Just need to make sure it's in 4K because I want to look sexy in 4K. And we'll zoom out a bit. That's probably about right. Just gonna check. So I'm just gonna do some little talk about making departure. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just learned something. Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. One second. Shit. All right, that's good answer. Stove's making its stupid noise. That'll do because my editing, I'm going to tighten it up. Oh, I've got a plan. Kirsten, what's that? You've been off making ice cream for your sweet husband. You have something to say about cocktail tests. Yes, I would love to hear what you have to say on that. So do other people here get high pressure headaches? I have periodically got a particular sort of migraine It's like cluster headaches. It fucking sucks. So, Kirsten, you have the most fancy ABV measurement tool available. Because of sugar, it doesn't work. Dough. Okay. That's interesting. That is interesting. Okay, I've just got to get my audio recorder. I will be back in a minute. Won't be long. Yeah, she actually looks a bit salty. All right, back. Got my audio recorder. Okay. So, was that Kirsten? When you do ABV measurements for your bottled cocktails, have to do an additional maths. Oh no, you have to do maths. Oh no. Abigail, you imagine every human gets at least mild headache when air pressure gets high enough. That's a fair point. That is actually a fair point. So, yeah, it's over about a week. I've been making these videos about things I made with pineapple because it's like I have to wait for a day or so. And I made a syrup, and I made tepache, and I made rum, and I got it done. And I went to edit, and I forgot to record a bit where I talked about how to make tepache. I made video showing how I made it, but I didn't do before. So I've just got to record a thing saying, "Hey, here's how you make tepache." It's only going to take 30 to 60 seconds. Just got to turn some lights on. So just checking my frame. Oh god, I've got all kind of sepia here from what I can see. That'll do. You know what? Okay. Mrs. Angry's lad is talking in his booming teenage voice. What are we saying? Music overhead at Mygo when you got food poisoning? Lots of central focus vision? Ooh, that sucks. Abigail, some people are just good under pressure. Other people get headache. Yeah, that's fine. Kirsten, also, pals, if you're interested, Aussie Rose bottled cocktails are 20. Oh my god. Yes. I saw that too. Although I think the one I want is not included in it. But yes, Archie Rose do really good bottled cocktails, and they're 20% off now. Worth checking out. They make really good bottled cocktails. Tomorrow, we correct, Kirsten, Eau de Vie is available to buy tomorrow. So I am going to be tomorrow, because I can, I'm going to buy Eau de Vie, the lime gin, and a cocktail. Actually, I think I'm going to get that little sample pack of cocktails, which I think isn't in the 20%, but that's okay. I'll live with that because I want like the sampler and the taster to do that. Oh God. There we go. I accidentally hit a button that would have fucked up my audio and I would have been super upset, but I realized I'd done it. Excellent. All right, so I'm just going to do a little speech about making tepache. Record. I'm in my happy cocktail shirt to tell you how easy tepache is to make, because it is pretty easy and you can improvise according to your taste. I'm using the rind from the pineapple, and I'm also using some spices. I'm reusing the spices that I used recently to make a spiced rum. You should go back in my videos and see my June video where I made a spiced rum. So the spices are, let's see, there was cinnamon and nutmeg and a few other things, and I added some cloves. And for the tepache, it's the pineapple rind, it's the spices, and then I did half a cup of brown sugar, half a cup of the pineapple syrup I've already made, and 2 cups of water. Mix it up. That's it. Now, I left it for a day to taste it, and then I left it for a second day. So here's the thing. Tepache will ferment. So you need to check on it, because if you let it ferment for too long, it will taste like vinegar, which is not great. Unless you want to make a shrub, then that's perfect. But yes, taste it after a day, but most people recommend to let it sit for 2 days. See, I told you it'd be quick. I'm done. I don't even know when I'm going to post this pineapple video, because it's kind of summery. And 90% of my viewers are in the Northern Hemisphere, and they're all about the fall cocktails at the moment, autumn, going into summer. So, okay, yes, Kirsten, thank you for confirming. Yes, Eau de Vie launches tomorrow. The rather unique honey spirit that Archie Rose is doing, and I friggin' want it, man. I friggin' want it. And I did note, because I got the email about the cocktails, and I thought, I think the one I want, the Pavlova gift pack, excluded from the discount. That's okay. I'll live with that. All right, that's my apple liqueur gone. Homemade sour apple liqueur. Bit of extra fridge space. And again, comparatively low ABV. That's really nice. I think I'll make that again one day. But I'm going to, because, for my, how many things can I do with pineapple thing is gone. I made a pineapple syrup and tepache and a pineapple rum. I'm going to bring this all together. I'm going to make what I've decided to call a winter colada liqueur. Because pina colada is, rum and pineapple, and coconut, and lime. But particularly coconut cream or cream of coconut, you can't keep in a drink because it'll separate one on. And people always say that, you can't keep drinks with lime in them long, loses its flavor. I don't know that I agree. But I've made syrups. So what I'm going to make, it's going to have my pineapple rum, probably a little bit of overproof rum to kick it up, and some allspice dram to give it that sort of spicy winter feel. But also on the sugar side, I'm going to use some syrups that I've made. The pineapple syrup, I made a coconut syrup, and I made a lime syrup. So it's going to be pineapple rum, an overproof rum, an allspice dram, and pineapple syrup, and coconut syrup, and lime syrup to make a sort of pina colada, but it's a liqueur rather than anything. I think it's going to be good. I'm going to make it, and then make a whole fucking bottle of it and just have it in the fridge. I don't think it'll last long, because I think it's going to be good. Aussie Tech Vlogs, hello. Same name for Ian's World. Nice to see you, man. So, Kirsten, your favorite bottled cocktail is the Rosella Sour. You drink with Cappy grapefruit. Very sweet, though. I don't know. I like sweet. Oh, Aussie Tech. You've brought up pineapple on pizza. Abigail is very militant about pineapple on pizza. She, as she says there, she doesn't think it's pizza if it doesn't have pineapple on it. Weird circle bread with cheese. You also remind me of the old show Hogan's Heroes, which I saw on endless repeat when I was a kid. And it's about, a German POW camp, and the POWs are all the Allied nationalities. And there was a French guy there. And there's one thing when they're trying to get on the good side of an Italian officer, because, of course, the Italian fascists were aligned with the Nazis, and they're trying to get on his good side. And Hogan, the American, is getting their French guy to make him pizza. And the French guy objects to making pizza and calls it cardboard with tomato sauce on it. which is very French, honestly. All right, Aussie Tech, you love your Hawaiians. I like an Hawaiian pizza. Honestly, like it's kind of like my test of a pizza place. Can they make a good just like plain pizza? People will call it different names. It's a marga. I grew up knowing it as a margarita, which is just your pizza base, tomato, cheese, and maybe some herbs, maybe some garlic. So margarita. My test is, can the place make a good margarita? Because I think you can hide substandard pizzas under a lot of toppings. If they can make a margarita taste, put I trust. It's like a bar. Can this bar make a good old fashioned? If they can't make a good old fashioned, I worry about them. Aussie Tech, you got a second job on Thursday. Oh, second jab. I thought it was a second job. Second jab. Nice. Fully vaccinated. Love it. Your son's favorite's margarita. Christ, my favorite is on the Italian street in Carlton, Lygon Street. There's this place that does a 5 cheese pizza. Fuck me, it's good. It is so good. It's got a blue cheese on it. Not everyone likes blue cheese on pizza. I do. Hey, Megaleech, how's it going? But that's probably my favorite pizza. Is this 5 cheese pizza in Lygon Street, Carlton. You haven't had no job since March. God damn. It's been a tough fucking time. Like, I try to stay really grounded and understand how privileged I've been through COVID. I've been working from home the whole time, being well paid, and I've fucking loved it. And I love my home life. Lockdowns and working from home have been hard for people who don't like their home life. Sometimes it's because they're completely alone. Sometimes it's because they got kids, particularly kids under 5, which have been diabolical. Sometimes it's because it's a violent situation at home. And so I try to be very grounded and very much understand I've been super fucking privileged all through COVID. And because people running business, people losing their job, people losing their businesses, it's been fucked. Personally, I've had a great time. So yeah. Oh, Kirsten, you like pumpkin and blue cheese pizza? That sounds freaking awesome. And Michael found a great barbecue chicken in Melton. Well, that's a friggin' win. That is a friggin' win right now. Oh, damn. Aussie Tech, 2 months been crap enough to feel suicidal. Well, I hope you start to feel better, and I hope things start to go better in your way. Abigail, it may be a Lovecraftian nightmare, but it's a Lovecraftian nightmare I can get behind, because I do love to experiment with weird pizzas. I'll do it. And Kirsten, you feel grateful for how nice it's been for you during COVID? Well, you've done the amazing thing of moving interstate and starting a new job. That's phenomenal. I had my job just before COVID. Like, I started December, just before COVID, and I've been in the same place since. But doing that bold move of moving interstate to a new job is wild. Oh, Aussie Tech had an ex who made satay chicken pizza. Nice. This is all making me want to make a pizza, basically. And I'm not even hungry, but we're just talking about pizza, and pizza is great. A veggie pumpkin. Okay, this was the weirdest thing. Okay, because I worked at Pizza Hut when I was at uni. My first year or so at uni, I worked at Pizza Hut, and we, if you worked a long shift, you got a meal break, you can make your own pizza. One of my co-workers, this is when Pizza Hut had a salad bar. I don't think they do any. I haven't been anywhere near a Pizza Hut. I don't know, but they used to have a salad bar. One of my co-workers would make a pizza. They would go and get potato salad from the salad bar and put it on their pizza, which we thought was weird, but it actually tastes really good. And what I've seen, certainly in the last 10 years, potato on pizza has become very trendy. Suffer, you think it's been difficult for you family-wise? Yes, we've been an internet family. That's been the whole point of these streams, to support one another. Oh, that's an interesting one, Kirsten. If you hate blue cheese, sub out goat's cheese. I like both, actually. I like sheep's cheese and goat's cheese. It gets really salty. I like that. Natalie, you've been long-term unemployed. First year of pandemic is good. Second year, not so great. Thanks, job seeker. Yeah, it's been fucking tough. It has been fucking tough. And this, like I said, I try to remember the fact that I've enjoyed it. Super privileged. Super privileged. And Natalie, you got diagnosed with ADHD. Haven't been able to get a psych appointment. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, it's real fucking hard to get a psych appointment right now. Yep. Abigail hates pumpkin, not good with blue cheese or goat cheese. Well, clearly that's not a pizza for you, Abigail. We'll have to get something else for you. And Aussie Tech, if I was forced to choose between Domino's or pizza, I would go Pizza Hut. But Domino's have put out some interesting ones recently. I don't know. I honestly wouldn't get either, but I'd also be okay with trying both. Okay, you've won, Abigail. Kirsten's just going to make you a Hawaiian pizza. God damn. Well, Aussie Jack, I hope stuff looks up for you soon, man. Because there's been a lot of tough times for a lot of people. Yeah. Here's the thing. This is why I worry the whole COVID thing is a dry run for how badly governments and corporations are going to handle a critical phase of climate change in the next 50 years. Not going to be good. Kevy Coops, hello. You okay? Oh Jesus, Abigail, you've got another friend there who wants pineapple on pizza. Yeah, okay. So you're feeling the same thing, Abigail. Your son needs to see someone about your son needs to see someone about ADHD. But Sykes was saying because of his age. Geez, well, that's even tougher. But I know it is super hard to get psych support at the moment. Everyone's overloaded. It's very difficult. And, because our governments are fucked. Michael, you reckon Domino's is about the side? See, I don't think I've ordered from Domino's in years, so I wouldn't know. Okay, so Abigail's vegetarian with no ham. Margarita, pineapple and onion. Actually, that's a pretty good deal. Abigail, I would go a margarita with pineapple and onion. Particularly, and I'd be okay if they just put raw onion on the pizza and put that in the oven. But I think my pure winner would be caramelized onion, like fry some onions in a pan, maybe with some mushrooms, who knows, maybe with a pineapple, and then put that on the pizza. That would be so good. Now you've got me. I like seriously wanting to do that now. I love doing a veggie mix that's onion, mushroom, and capsicum. Actually, just pan fry that, and on bread. Oh, there's a bakery called Woodfrog up the road that does this fucking amazing sourdough baguette, and I love just pan frying onion, mushroom, and capsicum, and then putting it on this sourdough baguette and putting it in the sandwich toaster. Oh my God, it's so fucking good. Daniel, Mr. Coops. That's an interesting one, Aussie Tech. A friend of yours makes the ovens for Pizza Hut and Domino's. That's an interesting one. And Abigail thinks sweet potato is too much like pumpkin, as well as not liking the taste parents used to force feed you when you're young. Okay, yeah, no, that literally holding you down. That's not good. Yeah, okay. See, Natalie, you're feeling my vibe. I'm not even hungry, but the conversation is making me want to make a pizza or order. No, not so much order. I've got some frozen pizza in the just like it's a margarita. It's like a base, and I love doing that and adding a few more things and putting that in the oven. So I buy frozen margarita bases, and then I add a couple things and cook them. I'm not even hungry, and I want to do that. Oh yes, Abigail, caramelized onion fucking rocks. Safa had a sausage roll. I like sausage rolls, man. I like sausage rolls and meat pies. Just bog standard sausage rolls and meat pies. Also love boutique sausage rolls and meat pies, but bog standard sausage rolls and meat pies, pretty fucking good. Is Domino's a rip-off? I don't know. I haven't ordered forever. Aussie Tech, you had dinner and you're wanting a pizza. Yeah, see, we're talking food. We all want fucking pizza. So Kevy Coops, okay, you finished watching the Block finale? Yeah, the Reno reality show. Oh, you liked it. That's cool. But now you're having a reserve rum and watching the Temporary. Nice. Oh, Kevy Coops has ordered. No, Michael's ordered an Aussie with prawns and extra cheese. I'm glad you enjoy things, Kevy Coops. That's nice. Safa, Chico rolls are gross, but I'd eat one. Chico rolls are like a gross version of a spring roll, and I like spring rolls. Kirsten made a chicken and cheese toasty for dinner. Homemade fruity dream. I literally just had a Optifast chocolate bar meal replacement because I was lazy. I'll just have one of these because these are pretty yummy. So the fruity dream is blended frozen fruit. I like the sound of that, Kirsten. I like the sound of that. I feel like I'm gonna, because there's ice in my mixing glass. I'm just gonna use this as a drinking glass. I'm just gonna get some water. I need some water. No. That'll do. Bit of water. You gotta be looking after myself. Oh, Natalie, you make Chico rolls in the air fryer. Do you make them, or do you like get something from the supermarket, a Chico roll that you can cook? Because I think a homemade Chico roll cooked in an air fryer, I would be all over that. That would be friggin' great. Daniel, it's a very chill stream. Kevy was Australian mate talking about it last time. Oh, nice. Okay. I do my best to be chill. Every now and then something might happen that will actually make me. Oh, see, Natalie, you just use the frozen ones. That's fine. I'd go that. Buy a frozen Chico roll from a supermarket and do it in the air fryer. I'd be all over. I would be all over that. Seriously. Oh my god. I'll look. Not that it means much, but I'll show you. Young was angry. Made these wontons. She made just like this fuck ton of wontons, and she made them from scratch. She got like wonton skins from an Asian grocer. So she did thing with the veggies and the mince and whatnot, and ground it all up and cooked it up. And she makes her own wontons, and we'll either pan fry them or make a soup and stuff. Every now and then, my offspring get really into cooking something, and it's really good. But yeah, Young was angry. Spent several hours, and she just made dozens of wontons. Some are in the freezer; those ones are just in the fridge. So she knew that. But she makes really good wontons, actually. Oh, that's an interesting bit of trivia, Michael. A Chico roll was the first commercially available vegetarian option in Australia. There you go. And yes, Kevy, you are right. A Chico roll that's been sitting in a takeaway for 6 hours, bit dodgy. Just a bit. Ladyship of Expletives wants cabbage rolls or green bean casserole. Majorly craving. No, you don't cook. Oh, I can see ADHD makes you forget. Yes, this is where air fryers come in. You get stuff and you make. But yeah, as I said, if you had ADHD. Young was angry. Spent literally hours just sitting here making all the components for wontons, mixing them up and cooking them a bit, and then putting them in the wontons and rolling them and folding them. It's friggin' amazing, honestly. So I wouldn't do that. I, to the best of my knowledge, don't have ADHD, but I wouldn't do that. Kevy, where was the Chico roll created? What does the internet say? Where was the Chico roll invented? In Bendigo. The internet says Bendigo. Kevy, you think it's a Wagga Wagga thing? Safa's looked it up. Chico rolls, an Australian savoury snack invented by Mr. Frank McEnroe, inspired by Chinese spring roll, first sold in 1951 as a chicken roll, despite not actually containing chicken. Ooh, ladyship of expletives. That's an excellent tip for Natalie. A crock pot or a slow cooker. Put food in it in the morning, done by dinner. That's an excellent tip. Yeah, I mean, the Chico roll is clearly modeled on a Chinese spring roll. So it's just a bit dodgy. But by the same token, I would fucking do one. If I went into like an old school takeaway and they were just deep frying Chico rolls, I'd fucking go one. I would absolutely go one. I think that was their slogan for a while. Couldn't you just go one? Alexander, where do I get my websites? The easiest one, I'll put it here in the chat. And if you search on this once, all the unless you have like ad blocker on, all the competitors will show up. That thing there, Hawa Lily. If you search there, you'll find a whole bunch of them. Ladyship dropping the random knowledge. It helps. Okay, Kevy, I'm lost with the dog's eye and a rat's coffin. I also love the unfussy old school burgers, like from places that do fish and chip shops, where they'll just get, some minced beef, put it on the thing, and they'll put all the fucking salad on. You'll get lettuce and tomato and pineapple and beetroot and cheese, and it will be fucking great. Mind you, I love boutique wanky burgers too. Oh god, that's a bit freaky, Safi. Looking up the internet, obviously in 2008, the company began a nationwide search for the new Chico Chick, hoping to downplay their traditional raunchy look in favor of a wholesome girl next door image. Good lord. Oh, dog's eyes a pie. Rat's coffin being a sausage roll. Okay, well, that's all fine. Again, I've got some fucking frozen supermarket pie in the freezer. If I'm like bored, it's just like, I can't be bothered. That's going in the oven. Ladyship of expletives. The shirt reminds you of old school. It is. It's like, let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. It's anthropomorphized. Instead of being soda and snacks, it's cocktail shaker and martini glass. Very much. Yes, Daniel, I understand you have to Google 50% of what we're talking about, you being an American and us using very local language. Kirsten, you make good burger patties. I bet you do. Occasionally I do too. We do make burgers at home sometimes. Michael, Agro Pixie and yourself have a slow cooker each. Feed us through the Great Lockdown 2020. Nice. People who I've hung out with and had a good time. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Kevy, I love that. Australia is our version of America. But one of my lockdown purchases has been an air fryer, which has been pretty goddamn good. Honestly, for just doing small things, not having to use the whole oven, use a smaller thing to heat up a pie or a pizza or whatever. Probably saving me money. Ladyship, despite being American, you read a crap ton. Yes, that's the thing. You can learn a lot about other cultures by reading. And the internet is a great source of information about other cultures. So, yes, it's hard to not know a lot about American culture, fairly dominant. But you can find out a lot of things. Kirsten likes apricot chicken in a slow cooker. I think young Ms. Angry has taken to making congee, sort of a rice and chicken dish. So yeah, periodically directed when I'm like at a supermarket, get some chicken, some thigh fillets. I'm going to make some congee. And she'll make a huge thing of congee and we'll eat it over a number of days. So, yes. Safa is Australia 51st state of the US. I remember a musician I was into in the 80s, Matt Johnson of one of his songs, he was British. One of his songs had a refrain saying, "This is the 51st state of the USA." He was referring to England. So just US cultural imperialism, latter half of the 20th century and beyond, has been pretty strong. That's a good summary, Natalie. An air fryer is a microwave for crunchy food. That's a good description, actually. And Daniel, it's weird that other countries seem to call most sandwiches in the bun a burger. Oh, okay, including chicken sandwich. Yes, no. We call anything in a bun. Anything in a bun is a burger. In Australia, a sandwich is bread. It's not a sandwich unless it's bread. If it's in a bun, it's a burger. It doesn't matter what's between the bits of the bun. We call that a burger. And I know and what's fun with cultures that are very close is the small differences really stand out. Like Australian culture is very similar to culture in the UK, very similar to culture in the USA and Canada. But when you visit those places, you'll see little things that are different that will do your fucking head in. Oh yes, Kevy, bacon and egg roll is different. It's not a burger. It's a bacon and egg roll. You make a good point. And Safra, in the US, yes, they tend to call what we call a burger a sandwich, which we always find weird. Oh, hell, Michael, you're getting old school doing apricot chicken in a camp oven in a fire pit. Holy cow. That's getting old school. Kirsten can't get an air fryer because she has a Thermomix. Husband says no. I love that as the description, ladyship. Pizza is an open-faced sandwich. Also, I just realized, like, we never know what we're going to talk about in these streams because we talk about everything. This is a food stream, and I'm on board with it. Also, I'm on board if it goes somewhere else, but a food stream, I'm completely on board with. That's I guess it was a sandwich I was talking about making because I'd make it with a sourdough baguette. When years ago, when I used to work in an office, I'd find a way to cook the vegetables. One office I worked in actually had a stovetop, so that was easy. I just got a little fry pan there in the office, and I'd pan fry onion, mushroom, and capsicum, and I'd put it on this sourdough baguette. People thought I was a fucking gourmet chef. I'd also improvise. If some places just had a sandwich press, I'd put some baking paper down and a bit of butter on that, which would melt on the sandwich press. And then I'd put the onion and capsicum and mushroom on that and close the sandwich press. And I'd cook it on the baking paper. And then I'd put that on the baguette. And again, people were treating me like I was a gourmet fucking chef. And I was going, it's 3 ingredients. It's 3 fucking vegetables. It is literally just onion, capsicum, and mushroom. And yes, it tastes fantastic. I fucking love it. But it was kind of weird that people treated me like I was a gourmet chef because I was making something with 3 ingredients. So, Kirsten, you make dump bags, pre-made frozen apricot chicken, so you drop it in the pressure cooker when you get home and make rice. That sounds like a friggin' excellent plan, honestly. Aussie Tech, you remember a place you worked? Boss would cook Indian every day. Whole place smelled of curry. It was a computer shop. That's a bit wild. The only thing I will get very upset at people in a work environment if they microwave something with fish, where fish is the predominant thing, because microwaved fish is fucking gross. Kevy, you love fresh red onion? Yes, put it in everything. It's great. Hey, Nettie, how you doing? We are talking about food at the moment. You never know what we're going to talk about. Tonight, it's food. Safa's microwaving a pizza. I'm not even hungry. I'm not hungry. It's like if I was even slightly hungry, I'd be I'd be gone for all money. I would just be gone. I would have to eat something. But I'm not even a little bit hungry. But it's still making me think, man, I should cook something. Because we've just been talking about food for half an hour. And it's really making me go, man, I should cook something. But for leadership, you remember the first time we brought some of the cupcakes to a potluck at work, everyone's like, oh my God, did you go to culinary school? Yeah, you do a food experiment. Oh my God. Every now and then, my offspring will make something that's just really over the top. So, like a couple of weeks ago, my son was going to a party and he made a Halloween party and he made these cupcakes. He goes, I'm going to make this thing. I'm going to cut out the middle and I'm going to make this sort of jam filling and put it in there and then put a top back on. So when someone bites into it, this jam like leaks out like it's guts, like you've bitten into a cupcake and its guts are coming out, which was both delicious and gross and very Halloweeny. I liked it. But yeah, like I said, like younger sister used to be making congee. She made those wontons. She makes a very good bolognese. They make from scratch, and there's a lot of vegetables in it, but they grate the vegetables really fine. So the vegetables basically dissolve in the mix. So it just feels like it's just beef, but there's a lot of vegetable content in it as well. Every now and then they put their mind to it and they make really amazing food. Yeah, no, I'm with you, Daniel. A little bit of red onion makes things a bit fancier. I love it. I'm okay with brown onions or white onions as well. Red onions are a bit fancy. I kind of agree with that. Oh yeah, yeah. Kebby frying it with a steak. I mean, uh, it's great. I think yeah, it's Suffer, it's the Angry Chef Show. We just keep talking about food. We can't stop ourselves. And oh, Kirsten, yes, I love doing that at work. Bring your country's dish to lunch. Yes, I love it when they do that in the office. Probably won't be doing that again before next year because I don't think I'll be back in the office before next year. I found chalk. Did I mention I found chalk? I went to Officeworks because young Ms. Angry's birthday is coming up, and I said, "Is there anything I can even get you? Is there anything you want?" And she said, "I need a new chair." And so, okay, I go to Officeworks and get her a new chair, and I got some stuff for myself, including chalk, just plain old white chalk, because I got these little pegs with mini blackboards on them. I'm going to use them on cocktails. I'm going to make a cocktail this week called Fallen Leaves. And for the thumbnail, I'm going to clip this to the glass that it's in. And it says Fallen Leaves because I've got mini chalkboards and chalk now. Because that's the kind of thing I do. Yep, Nettie agrees. Red onions are the best onions. Ooh, Kirsten, you're going to make quicksters, which I'm assuming is South African. I'm not familiar with it, even though I had a South African ex-girlfriend. That's when I got into biltong and boerewors. So that's red onion, goat cheese, pine nuts. Oh my God, that sounds fucking great. Sounds very good. So, I saw that post, Abigail. You've been reading the rules for a new RPG you backed on Kickstarter called Thirsty Sword Lesbians. It does look awesome. I saw your post on that. It looked interesting. Oh, yeah, no, okay. Because I got this, Daniel. Kirsten thinks the pegs are too big. She says she's going to send me. This is okay. This is the size of the peg. Kirsten thinks they're too large. She said she's going to send me smaller pegs. But I like this with a little blackboard on it that I can write the name of the drink on it and peg it to the side of the glass. Oh, Kevy, yeah, okay. Yes, it's nicely picked, autumn-themed cocktail, because 90% of the people who watch my cocktail channel are in the Northern Hemisphere, notably the USA. And so they're all about the autumn and leading into winter. So I've been going with those autumn-themed cocktails. And this is not this week. This is probably next week. I've already shot this week's, and I've shot summer next week's. And then the pineapple one might be the week after. We'll see. Robot Man Greg, hello, sir. How are you? Thanks, Daniel. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I just kind of like it. I was looking for these pegs, And then I was like in a $2 shop that had craft supplies, and they had this whole little packet of little blackboards on pegs. It was like $2.50, and I thought, fuck yeah, I'm getting them. So I'm going to make that for cocktails. Peg that to a glass, the name of the cocktail. We'll see how that goes. It's something I'm working on anyway. I get what you're saying, Kirsten. The pegs are fine for the chalkboard, but too big for a citrus mustache. Yep. Ooh, geez, Michael, saucy lamb chops in the fire pit. God damn, dude. God damn, that sounds good. Okay, so I have a good question. A cocktail video in 4K, which I do actually upload in 4K these days. My internet and YouTube are actually pretty fast. Okay, let's just say for argument's sake, it's a 5-minute video. It will upload to a 5-minute video will upload to YouTube. If it's 4K, will upload in about 20 minutes. But then after you upload it can take hours to actually appear in 4K. So I make all my videos in advance and upload them and schedule them. I try to upload them at least a day before I want them to go live, so there's enough time for YouTube to do the 4K rendering. So often I'll have everything done a week in advance. So yeah. I'm sorry, ladyship, making you hungry. We just keep talking food. Kevy, doesn't a fire pit with drinks sound good? And I know it's getting warmer here, but even in the middle of fucking summer, I would do that. Oh my God, Daniel, wasn't YouTube 10 years ago a nightmare? Short videos in low res would take hours and wouldn't necessarily work. Absolute nightmare. Oh my God, Michael, if we line up a fire pit cooking night, I'll bring some pre-batched cocktails. I'm not joking, man. I will bring some pre-batched cocktails. You do the cooking in the fire pit, and I will bring some pre-batched cocktails, and we will go. What have I got? The only pre-batched one I've got at the moment is my freezer martini. I am going to make another old-fashioned. I'm going to make a special sort of spicy syrup for it, like with cinnamon and some other spices, and have that in the fridge. And I'm going to make this pineapple one. I'll probably make that in the next couple of days, as I'm calling it a winter colada liqueur. It's going to be pineapple rum, coconut rum, overproof rum, allspiced ram, and then a few syrups: coconut syrup, pineapple syrup, and lime syrup, to make a fridge-based colada type liqueur. And of course, the big thing was it's not going to have fresh lime juice or cream of coconut in it, but I think it's going to be super yummy on its own. But if you wanted to, like, you keep this base in the fridge, and if you wanted to make it creamy, you bring it out, mix it with cream of coconut, put it in the shaker, and go chugga chugga chugga, and then pour it out. But I think the thing I'm doing, because it has a whole lot of the winter spice flavors, the various things in it have cinnamon and nutmeg and cloves and other things in them, and allspice. So it's got those fall winter flavors in them. I think it's going to be really good. I haven't made it yet, but I already think it's going to be good. Oh yeah, Michael, yeah, definitely. Fireplace cooking night. Fucking hell, man. Yes. Because we're allowed to now, with all our mass vaccination rates. We're allowed to actually go to each other's houses. So if you're going to do a fire pit, I'll bring some drinks, man. And yes, Kevy, it's going to be a lot of rum. Although it's okay for it's going to be like in a 500 ml bottle. Somewhere between 300 and 350 mils is going to be rum, and 150 to 200 mils is going to be sugar syrup. So it's a liqueur. It's rum and sugar syrup, so it's a liqueur. But I'm saying ahead of the time, it's going to be a really fucking good liqueur. Yes, Safra, I did see that 90% double vaxxed in New South Wales today. before the end of November, we will be in Victoria too. Oh, yes. This is the funny thing, Kevy. I haven't even made this, but even ahead of time, I'm going, oh no, this is going to be good. This is going to fucking rock. This is just going to be such a good drink. Because I know, man, I know these things all work. You put all these things together, it's going to work. So if I'm going to do 350 mils, it might be 100 mils pineapple rum, it might be okay. Say 250 mils might be split between pineapple rum and coconut rum, and then 50 mils of allspice dram and 50 mils of overproof rum, just to sort of boofed kick it up a bit, and then about 150 mils of sugar syrup, which would be a split between pineapple syrup, coconut syrup, and lime syrup. Oh yeah, no, Kevy, I will make a video. There'll be a video for my cocktail channel where I show how I made it. And I will make that video sometime in the next couple of days, and the video will go live sometime in the next couple of weeks. Probably not, definitely not this week, probably not next week, maybe the week after that. Because I've got all the stuff planned and sort of mapped out. Ladyship, do we have dailies there? Recommend premixed strawberry, DAC, or margarita? That is not familiar to me, but the various bottle shops do have a lot of bottled cocktails, and they vary in quality, but they're basically cool. Oh, Kevy, okay, a good pina colada is freaking great. There's a whole bunch of room that you can play around with, but it's basically rum, pineapple, coconut, lime juice. And there's a bunch of stuff you can play with amongst that. So when I say I'm making this colada liqueur, and I'm calling it a winter colada liqueur because there's going to be a lot of those sort of autumn winter spice flavors in there: cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, allspice. Those are all going to be in there. Yeah. Holy shit, Michael, you're looking at getting a place that's on 44 acres. That sounds like a camping weekend. Just getting fucked up and crashing out. Oh my God. Dude, that actually sounds amazing. Sorry. I'm just picturing things. Dan, you've never had a good... Oh, there are lots of venues will do bad pina coladas. Definitely. But you can make a good one. Like, it, again, essentially pina coladas, rum, cream of coconut, pineapple juice, lime juice, and then you can mess around the edges with that. There's a whole bunch of shit you can do to personalize your pina colada. Like I said, the thing I'm making won't be technically a pina colada, so I'm calling it a winter colada liqueur. Yeah, Daniel, shitty hotel pina coladas pre-bottled. It's kind of like the shitty ones from shitty venues will be something like Malibu and pineapple juice, and that will be it. And that's fucking gross. But good quality rums. Kevy, I have multiple. Okay, I'm going to look it up now. But the Angry Cocktails channel definitely has multiple pina colada videos. So also, I do a milk clarified pina colada, which is probably the best milk clarified cocktail I've ever done. A milk using the cream of coconut as the clarifying agent. Just looking. Okay, colada. So on my Angry Cocktails channel, I have done a clarified pina colada. I've done a pina colada old fashioned, green pina coladas. So that's one pina colada made with chartreuse, one made with absinthe. I've made a white Negroni pina colada. Have I done... I don't think I've just done a bog standard pina colada, actually. I've done all these sort of trippy mixed pina coladas. But my milk clarified pina colada is fucking amazing. But yeah, a pina colada old fashioned is great. It's like a split of uh, coconut rum, pineapple rum, a bit of sugar syrup, and tiki bitters. Really good. So I've got a whole. I don't think I've got a bog standard pina colada on my channel. I should just do a normal one. Oh yes, Kirsten, I agree with you. You get a lot of uh, Americans who think like a whiskey sour is whiskey with sweet and sour mix. Sweet and sour mix is fucked. Just lemon juice and fresh sugar syrup is different. Hacky modern murder is masturbating 7 times a week normal. Yes, once a day. It's not bad. It's not weird. Again, normalize masturbation. I say. Look, anything can be harmful to you. Context is important. Ladies, we could do a spiced pina colada, because a pina colada is traditionally very creamy. So you could really lean into the island spice stuff and do a really good one. Yes, Alexander Dale, those are rookie numbers. You got to get those numbers way up. Kevy, you checked out the aggressive spoon stirring technique. It is. It's better than crushing. Jesus Christ. So we were talking about this the other night. It's to make a mojito. There's a video. This guy traveled to Cuba, and there's this little kiosk that makes it, and put the mint leaves in the tall glass and a spoon or two of fine sugar in, and then mixes really aggressively with a spoon for about a minute or two, and then does the soda and rum and lime and ice, and it makes a fucking killer mojito. Really good mojito. I don't make mojitos that often because they're a bit fiddly, and I don't do this one with the aggressive stirring because you get fucking wrist strain from it. It is on my channel. I made it, but Jesus, that makes a good mojito. I might do that. Maybe for Friday night stream. We do a long stream. That's enough time to bring and make a mojito. And it's coming into spring here, lots of mint. Oh, yes, Kirsten, chai spice. Chai spice in a colada would be frigging great. Chai spice in a mojito would be great. Yeah, Kevy, we're coming into mojito season. Mint is abundant, fresh mint. There's a video going on my Angry Cocktails channel tomorrow, which I hope is funny. I hope people think is funny. Mrs. Angry works at a community garden, and she found someone had planted this mint, which had just grown outrageously large. Like, I'm not joking, a sprig of this mint with leaves this big, like, I don't know, the leaves are like 5 times bigger than a normal mint leaf, and it's just a normal mint plant. And if like I hold this thing in front of my face, it obscures my whole face. So that's going live tomorrow, me making a joke about this ridiculously large sprig of mint. But yeah, mint generally is coming into season. Yeah, okay. Pencil that in. Maybe on Friday, make a mojito, because I've got some really good white rums here, like really good white rums. Just need to have some fresh mint and make some mojitos. I mean, you can do it the easy way. You just muddle the mint and then shake it with the sugar and the rum and whatnot, and that makes a great mojito. But yeah, this method of really aggressively stirring granulated sugar with the mint leaves, so the sugar gradually kind of pulverizes the mint leaves and draws the oils out and starts to absorb the oils, and then you build the rest of the drink in the glass. Really fucking good. Okay, if I can be asked, I'll make that on Friday night. Yes. Oh, Albu turtle. Mint plants go feral. There is this. Okay, Mrs. Angry and I try to have a walk at least once a day. In fact, Mrs. Angry tends to do it twice a day. She does it once in the morning and once in the afternoon. I go on the afternoon walk, and we found someone. It's just like a sort of like a roadside garden, and someone put some mint in there, and it's absolutely gone to town. There's just like a huge amount of mint there. So I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, go on a walk, get some fresh mint for a drink. And yes, Kirsten, we are entering expensive lime season. We're entering that phase in Australia where a single lime starts costing you a couple of dollars. So if you want to use fresh limes in a cocktail, the limes rapidly become the most expensive part of the cocktail. Like they're even more expensive than the booze. It's ridiculous. Good time for limes in Australia was a couple of months ago. Bad time is the next couple of months. It gets really expensive. Yes, I think you're right, Ladyship. The mint was bitten by a radioactive bug, and now it's huge, absolutely huge. But yes, mint generally can really go to town. And yeah, this person has just like planted mint on the footpath, and it's just everywhere. So it's like, yeah, excellent. I know where to go. If I want fresh mint for a drink or for cooking or for anything, just up the road, there's a whole bunch of fresh mint. So you can't. I'm okay with bottled lime juice, honestly. See, if people who say like you got to have fresh mint, well, you can't stock up on that. When you juice it, they go it loses all that freshness within a couple of days, even if you freeze it. So it's like, fuck it, get bottled stuff for a while. Wardy McWardface, what are we doing? We have been talking non-stop about food, although we have just now moved on to cocktails, particularly talking about mint at the moment. Ladyship, I do that particularly if I find limes on special because like the limes are starting to turn and they're a bit funny, and there's like a big bag of limes that's really cheap. I will buy it and juice it and then freeze that. Because I get okay, this is a slightly to extremely controversial view in cocktail circles. I think a lot of people overrate fresh lime and lemon juice compared to bottled lime and lemon juice. I think if you have the option, fresh lime and lemon juice is the way to go. But I think a lot of people quite radically overstate their ability to tell the difference between fresh lime and lemon juice and bottled lime and lemon juice. So that's my view. Yes, Kevy, I buy the freak limes and the freak veggies. Coles and Woolies both do it. I buy heaps of those. Yes. Oh, nice, Kirsten. You said there was a good bottled lime in the Middle Eastern section of the Coles. I will have to check that. And Nettie, unfortunately, Aidsy is not good. He did text me a bit earlier saying he wouldn't join us. He's not great, and he's got some super gross infection on his leg that needs looking at. So, not great, unfortunately, is the answer. So, Daniel, you like Moscow mules? Oh, yep, dude, make a mule with literally anything apart from vodka, gin, tequila, whiskey, but that recipe with any spirit apart from vodka makes you a good drink, basically. Well, it's not really a mule. I got this thing when I bought chocolate infused gin from a local distiller. I thought that sounded fun, and they sent me a pack that included this spiced orange ginger ale from a maker called Fever Tree. And I think Fever Tree is available around the world. Fever Tree make really good gins. Sorry, not gins. They make really good tonics, sodas, and ginger beer and ginger ale. Fever Tree, you can't really go wrong with. Fever Tree make really good stuff. If you're in Australia, I'd recommend Cappy. but I don't think you can get Cappy outside of Australia, whereas Fever Tree, I think, is available globally. It's a great mixer. If you like tonic, soda, ginger beer, ginger ale, Fever Tree have got you covered. Now, you think sometimes you can tell the difference has to do with lemon and sugar and perfect balance. Look, there's a video on my channel. I made just 2 drinks. One, and they were just daiquiris. One had fresh lime. One had bottled lime. And when there was just 2 side by side, and I knew one of them was fresh and one of them was bottled, I could tell the difference. And I think anyone experienced with drinks, if you give them just 2 drinks and say one's fresh, one's bottled, I think pretty much anyone who is experienced with cocktails will be able to tell. But the test I want to put someone to who's convinced they know the difference is I'm going to make 4 cocktails and not tell them how many of them have fresh juice and how many of them have bottled juice. So there's at least one of each. So of the 4, there's somewhere between 1 and 3 that are fresh, and there's somewhere between 1 and 3 that are bottled. So it might be 1 and 3, it might be 2 and 2. But the fact that they don't know, I reckon I could trap the vast majority of people. Oh, Alexander is saying clementine tonic water with cinnamon's divine. That does sound good. Daniel, yeah, you have Fever Tree ginger beer. Fever Tree's great. And Kirsten says, the signature serve for O2B spiced orange ginger beer by Fever Tree. Well, I think, have 1 bottle. Yep, 1 bottle, but I won't have. So if I order some O2B, I don't know, post at the moment, it'll take a week or 2 to arrive. I'll go and get some more spiced orange ginger. So for how much money do you have to pay for Ring to make me a drink? Dude, you just go to someone else makes good drinks. Ladyship, that would be a fun thing to throw them off, half fresh, half bottled. The evil trick I thought of was actually not to do half fresh, half bottled, but do one that's bottled, but just before they drink it, express some lime oil over the top of the glass. So it feels like lime's just been squeezed on them. I think that would be a dirty trick. And I like dirty tricks. I would do a dirty trick like that. So for mineral water is good. Again, and it's probably going to vary from store to store. But last time I looked at like Dan Murphy's, they had a really good array of mixes, ginger beers and tonics and sodas and whatnot. They had a good range of the Cappy sodas. They had a good range of Fever Tree and a few others. See, Safa, if I send you a cocktail through the post, it's not going to be fresh and it's not going to be as good. Where you'd be better is finding someone local who does good cocktails and get them to make you one fresh. Mind you, like I said, I'm going to make some bottled cocktails that I think I'm going to enjoy over the next week. I'm going to make that rum colada one, and I haven't made a bottled old fashioned for a little while, so I've got to decide what I'm going to make the syrup out of, and then make me a bottled old fashioned. Probably finish 1 or 2 of my whiskeys, actually, which just gives me an excuse to buy more whiskey then. If I empty a bottle, then there's space on the shelf. Ladyship, I do have all the booze. I have all the booze there. Yeah, I think if I make a bottled old-fashioned with a blend, it's going to empty a few of my whiskey bottles, which gives me an excellent excuse to buy more whiskey. Oh no, COVID. Safi, your local cocktail place is a COVID hotspot. Damn. Yeah, well, they introduced the get a 30% discount up to $150 dining out in the city in Melbourne recently. So Mrs. Angry and I are already going, yeah, all right. In a week or two, we're going to have a midweek date in the city. Get some money back on our date. Why not? And a few new places opening, like places that someone intended to open a year or more ago, but because of COVID, they couldn't. And now, we've finally got some solidity, like there's not going to be any more lockdowns. So there's a couple of new venues opening in the CBD. So I have to decide where we're going to go, but we're definitely going to take advantage of that in the next week or two. No, Michael, gin's not made from although there can be elderberries in gin. The thing that defines gin is juniper. Gin has to contain juniper. It can have a whole range of botanicals in it, and I got like a dozen gins over there that are very different, have very different flavor profiles. But the one consistent thing among them, gin has to have juniper in it, or it's not gin. So if you got $25 Dine and Discover coupons in New South Wales, yeah, we got a 30% off up to $150. So Kev, you got a brewery 30 seconds walk from your place. Nice. It's beer, no cocktails. I don't have anything in walking distance, but within a couple of suburbs, so pretty short travel, within a couple of suburbs of me, got at least 3 or 4 distilleries, which is pretty fucking awesome. There's one that specializes in liqueurs. That's Marionette. There's one that specializes in whiskey. That's Starward. And there's one that specializes in gin. That's Patient Wolf. And they're all in slightly different directions. Just a couple of... Yes, Safar, I do remember you actually sent me a news story about the meal vouchers in Melbourne, which is nice. Michael, what's made with elderberries? Well, elderflower liqueur. Actually, no, elderflower liqueur is elderflowers. I have heard there are people who make, I think, like an eau de vie with elderberries. If you distill elderberries, you will get a spirit. But some gins would probably have elderberries in them. What's more common is elderflower liqueurs. Very sweet, flowery liqueur. I'm quite a fan of elderflower. I've got the Saint Germain, or if it's French, it's Saint Germain. I don't know. Is it really French? I don't know. Yeah, elderflower liqueur is quite good. American bartenders refer to it as bartender's ketchup because you can put it in everything. It kind of, if a drink's not quite working, you can put a bit of elderflower liqueur in it, and that will lift it and make the drink better. Oh, good, nice, Kirsten. You got 4 breweries within walking distance of the Archie Bar. And stuff. You've been to craft beer recently in West Melbourne. There are a couple of beer distilleries. I mean, and there are even more distilleries, but I don't know if you can go to them. I mean, there are more distilleries in the Melbourne suburbs. I found another one just today, actually, like through Facebook ads, because Facebook just keeps advertising me beer, not beer, breweries, not breweries, distilleries. Jesus. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Those are all signs I should go to bed, quite honestly. The fact that it took me 3 attempts to get the appropriate word for what I was talking about. But yes, this weekend, Mrs. Angry and I are going out to dinner for the first time in a while because we've been having our date nights at home. This weekend, we're going out, which will be fun. 2 weeks after that, we're actually going away for the weekend. So you won't be seeing me on streams for a couple of days because I'll be away for the weekend. So I won't be doing the regular Friday night stream because I'll be leaving after work to go for this weekend away. Who knows what will happen? I had a very fun Halloween stream with Nettie and Abigail at Abigail's place. We'll have to do something like that again, whether they come here or we go to Nettie's place in the city or Abigail's place near the city. We'll have to do that again. If all else fails, probably for New Year's Eve, quite honestly. Because, again, last year's New Year's Eve stream, hella fun. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks, months. We'll see. But anyway, so I'm going to go to bed now. Bid you fine people farewell. Thank you so much for your company this evening. Had a lot of fun. I'm amazed I've managed to avoid making food because all that food talk I just wanted to cook food. It's weird. I'm not actually hungry, but I wanted to cook food. And I also was reasonably restrained with the cocktails. There was a weird noise outside that I think was a possum being angry. Anywho, go to bed. Thank you, wonderful people. I won't be on tomorrow night. I think I'm going to be watching The Witcher with Mrs. Angry. We're re-watching season 1 in preparation for season 2. So I'm having a bit of a TV sitting on the lounge night tomorrow night. Who knows? I might put some of this cooking stuff we talked about tonight into practice for tomorrow night. So we'll be not streaming tomorrow night, but in all probability, we'll be streaming on Thursday night. So if you're around in 48 hours or 46 hours when I start, see you then. Otherwise, you'll look after yourselves. Hope you're staying well. I'll see you